What do you mean you forgot the wine? Wisecat would like to congratulate you on a job well done. Bravo, Lavenza. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him his order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need the wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. No, Wineport, not Aleport. Similar, but not the same. Both have alcohol content, but not the same. Oh, I remember this dude from the the 24-man raid in Stormblood. There was a bunch of quests where you had to get like wine or cheese or something for that too. See, that one felt like a drag to me. Sweat, grime, and blood. You reek of blood. An adventure, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order made out to Wineport Vintner Shamani Lomani. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Casa del Sol? And there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gegaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Durstwites, Durstwites, and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. But perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Yeah, I think I already remembered he was blind. And then seeing the glasses, An offer you can refuse. Shamani Lomani would like to discuss wine with you. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. But you grow impatient. Wisecat must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Bayerglant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. I thought I heard rain, like it's raining in game, but I thought I heard it outside too, and it is. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte vintner bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gobbie urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight. Wow. You, sir, are a uppity bastard. I take it he said no? Really, in those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Lominsa is not a man known for his tact. Yet reminds me, I'm actually watching MasterChef now. It's not a show I ever watched before, but I'm watching like old episodes now, and I don't know, just like the language they talk about food and stuff, it reminds me of this dude, and I'm just not into it. Like, it's just like, does it taste good? That's all I really care about. I don't care about like the hints of this and all that type of stuff. I'm not really I guess a foodie in that way, or like a wine connoisseur. Well, there's no denying his passion and skill. The wine baron of Limsa Lominsa is not a man known for his tact. Oh, I already read that. Very well. We shall have to take an alternative approach. Nope. It won't work. Shamani Lomani has another bright idea. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the Vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. Wow, that sounds like some good stuff. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. But what little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Bayerglant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the Vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Bacchus wine? Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Now I could keep thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never count on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend. But you're a few years too late. No luck, huh? Most regrettable. But we had to try. Ah, but Bacchus wine would have been perfect for this occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Agomero, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be forever lost to us. My dog just sat down like right at the threshold of the door and just her butt just swung the door open. Okay, give a man a drink. Shimani Lomani appears to be in deep thought. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation. I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Ritzgilt, Ritzgilt can tell you where to find him. God, these names, man. Having a hard enough time reading as it is. But those names just... quite the hurdle. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? Aye, I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone. You best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. This is kind of pretty, all the like glowing flowers and stuff at night. Here's a warrior. What do you want? Shimani Lamani's first attempt at winemaking. At least the name sounds legitimate. Lamani Rosso. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? That weight. Dress is suffering from extreme duress. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Drive-by murking. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do it? Or did you do that? Thank you. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others, no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. Oh, wow. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just I just want to go home. Battle scars. Drest appears to be in greater control of his faculties. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today, at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If 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 placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm I'm glad he moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. This is like right on the border. Like you can't walk into that stuff. It's a little weird to navigate. It has been some time, Lavenza. What news do you have of Drest? Palm wine. Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine. Okay. Far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine, if brewed for too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. So are we maybe going to learn the truth about how he went blind? Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that, that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I, I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Drest and I. Two men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Lavenza. It was a very good year. Shamani Lomani is brimming with glee, and he wishes to share the reason why with you. By the gods, Lavenza, listen. I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about dressed palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. So I imagine this is how it's all going to resolve is, you know, bringing the wine back into circulation or whatever. But what wine are we going to get for the banquet? Are we going to go with the coconut wine or whatever? Oh, hello again. What is it? A broad green leaf from a thought to be extinct Bacchus grapevine. It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty, didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast. If if you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. So that's interesting. That's why people haven't been able to find any of it, is because it's on the back of a gubu. I was thinking I could have teleported, but like by the time I thought about it, it was like, well, I'm already kind of almost there anyway. I'm trying not to spend, too much time, traveling or whatever. Just get to the story. What did Drest have to say, Lavenza? Tell me everything. A cutting from a Bacchus grapevine, a variety of sweet wine grape thought to be long extinct. Ah ha ha ha! I was right. This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There is none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Byerglant. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, this couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus. But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Lavenza. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Ah, but do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Wisecat. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man, and I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. So is this it? Are we done running around? Ooh. Greetings, Lavenza. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all that you have accomplished. Oh, okay. Thank you. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring? A vintage wine from the year 1547 of the 6th Astral Era. Is that 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Lavenza. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Casa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. Thank you for watching this video. I've been having a great time going back through the story again. And if you've enjoyed it as well, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join me live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Thank you.